Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Kaylee and today's class is a mellow, chill, beginner-friendly Vinyasa Flow. We are going to move slowly and you all have been asking for a true beginners class, so this is it. There aren't going to be any advanced poses, no standing balancing, and just a really feel-good full body stretch. This is also great for intermediate advanced practitioners who want to do this on a low energy day or a day where you're feeling pretty sore or just for a morning stretch type of thing. So really this is for everyone, but beginners, you are so welcome here. I'm not using any equipment, but if you like a block or a strap to have near your mat, just in case, go ahead and grab them. And I put a Spotify playlist down in the description if you like music while we flow. Let's get started in a child's pose. Today, we'll keep the knees together. So using the thighs as a little shelf for the upper body to lean on. So you can walk yourself forward with a long spine, letting the ribs and the chest rest down onto the thighs. The knees are together. And then reach the arms back, palms face up. Crown of the head, or rather, top of the forehead is melting down towards the ground. If the head doesn't quite reach, you can grab a block, place it underneath, maybe a pillow if you don't have a block. And if this feels uncomfortable for any reason, you can readjust, maybe sliding the knees a little bit wider, maybe taking a block to place underneath the chest. Really, whatever feels good in this shape is perfect for you and your body in this moment. Allow yourself to arrive, to settle in this shape, eyes closed down, as a way to tune out the external world and tune in to your internal world. Notice how the breath feels as it enters and exits the lungs. And know that our breath is our anchor in any yoga class. It is the thing that we can hold on to as we move from pose to pose, as a way to keep the mind still, present in the moment, as a way to make each movement more intentional. So if you ever feel yourself getting caught up in the mind, I invite you to come back to your breath. And maybe it's in a child's pose, maybe it's in a seat, or maybe it's simply in the pose that we are in. And as you're ready, start to walk the hands forward, one at a time, shifting yourself up to a tabletop. Take the knees about hips width, spread the fingers wide across the mat. On your inhale, start to drop the belly, lift the tail, lift the gaze, cow pose. On your exhale, tuck round, push into the hands, cat, rounding the back body, chin pulls towards the chest. Again, inhale, open up through the front side of the body, and exhale, curl in round, open through the back side of the body. Super important to warm up our spine. And again, flowing with your breath here, inhale for your cow, and exhale for your cat. Any range of motion that works for you today is perfect. And if it feels good, you can close the eyes back down and move through feeling rather than the aesthetic of the pose. So caring less about what it looks like, more about what it feels like. One more round. Coming back to your neutral table, start to walk the hands forward for a puppy pose. Keep the hips exactly as they are. Just let the chest drop towards the mat. Maybe the forehead can meet, maybe not, and you place a block underneath. You could also tuck the chin under if you're feeling spacious in your thoracic spine. Know that it's the beginning of practice, so maybe you feel a little bit stiff, especially in the chest, the arms, the upper back. So let yourself arrive slowly in this shape, knowing that there's no rush to get to the deepest place. And that it is actually more beneficial if we slowly ease ourselves into a pose, no matter what level you are, beginner to advanced. And that our body is different day to day, week to week, month to month. So always making those subtle shifts and changes for your body in this moment. Take one more breath here. And then start to gaze to the top of the mat. Ground through the forearms and slide onto your belly. Feet stay about hips width. Elbows underneath shoulders, Sphinx pose. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you, pressed in the tops of the feet. And then start to isometrically drag the elbows back towards the ribs and feel that lift the heart. This is a gentle back bend, which can be made deeper by that isometric pull and staying in alignment, staying in intentional breathing, pressing into the elbows, and feel that drop the shoulders down the back and squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the midline, pressing into the feet, keeping the legs engaged, reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath here. Inhale. On your exhale, start to press the hips back to your child's pose one more time, walking the hands, and then slide the knees wide, toes together this time. So a little bit of hip opening in your child's pose. Arms reach forward, hips press back. Feel that length in the spine. And give yourself time to adjust when we go from a back bend, such as that Sphinx pose, into kind of a forward fold, a moment of flexion for the spine. Since they are the two opposite movements of our spine, it takes time for the body to adjust. And then start to crawl the fingers even farther forward and walk them over to the left. Take your right hand on top, pressing your right hip back towards your right heel, feeling that stretch on the right side of the body. And then move back through center and to the other side, hands to the right. Press your left hip back towards your left heel. Feel that stretch through the left side of the body. And then walk back through center and shift back to your tabletop. Knees underneath hips, wrists underneath shoulders. On your next inhale, open your right arm to a twist. Grounding through your left hand. On your exhale, thread it through. Come down onto your right shoulder. Right side of the face meets the mat. Press into your left hand and start to open the chest towards the left, finding this twist. When we twist, we are moving from our shoulder girdle or our thoracic spine, which is our upper back. So the hips stay square, pointed to the top of the mat, and then you feel that rotation, that twist in the upper part of the torso. Knowing that if you sit a lot at a desk, your upper back might feel pretty tight. So give yourself that time to settle into this shape. Maybe it just feels so good in the upper back to move this way. I know it does for me. Wherever you are in this moment, can you stay here in your body, in your breath? And then on your next inhale, start to press into your left hand, open the right arm. To your twist one more time, make a fist with your right hand and then roll it out a few times. And switch the direction of the circles. And then release, right hand to the mat. Switching sides, left arm lifts on your breath in, open. Exhale, thread it through. Come on to the left shoulder, left side of the face. Press into your right hand and start to rotate the chest open. Maybe closing the eyes down. Maybe observing that this side feels a little bit different than the other. Naturally, the two sides of the body are imbalanced, maybe slightly, maybe a lot, depending on any injuries, any daily tasks that you perform with your body. Knowing that it is perfectly okay to feel imbalanced side to side. And then on your next inhale, press into your right hand. Open your left arm one more time, make a fist, and then roll it out. And then switch the direction of those circles. And release, left hand to the mat. Tuck the toes under, take a deep breath in. On your breath out, send the hips back, downward facing dog. You can straighten the legs, then bend into one knee at a time. If your low back or hamstrings are feeling tight, you can keep a bend in the knees. Heels do not have to meet the mat. The important alignment here is to lift the hips and keep the spine long. So think about drawing your tailbone up to the sky. Head hangs heavy, and you're pressing into the hands to traction the spine and create length. Soft bend in the elbows to keep the elbow joints safe, and press into the index finger and thumb knuckle to take a little bit of pressure off of your wrists. Eventually finding stillness. Take a moment here, let the head hang, breathing in and breathing out. Again, like that, inhale and exhale. Last breath in and out. On your inhale, start to lift the heels and gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, take as many steps as you need to get there. Feet land about hips width distance. Take a soft bend into your knees or a big bend into the knees, and then fold over the legs, ragdoll. Hands can meet the floor. You can place them on a block, or you can take hold of opposite elbows. Swaying side to side, maybe. Letting the head get super heavy here. Feel the spine lengthen. Anytime we're in a forward fold, it gives the nervous system a little reset. Gives you a moment to turn inward. And it always feels so good on the back line or the posterior chain of the body. Eventually making your way through stillness, releasing the hands to the mat, heel toe the feet together, big toes touch, heels slightly apart. Next inhale, press into the feet to rise all the way up one vertebra at a time. Head and neck the last thing to lift. Once you get there, sweep the arms up to the sky. Gaze can follow the fingertips as long as that feels okay on your neck. And then draw the hands to the heart center. Take a moment, close the eyes, breathe in. Exhale, sigh through the mouth, let it go. And then inhale to sweep the arms up to the sky, gaze can lift. Exhale, hands travel through the heart as you fold over the legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. On your exhale, fold forward. Again, like that, inhale, halfway lift option for the hands come to the shins. If you feel long in the spine, you can stay on the mat as well. Exhale to fold. One more like that. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. This time, exhale to step your left foot back into a low lunge. Right foot grounds. Untuck the left toes as long as that feels stable in your body. And then inhale to lift arms to the sky. Drop the hips low. Think about lengthening crown of the head to the sky. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll take 2 more breaths here, lifting the fingers and dropping the hips. Last breath in and out. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, start to plant the hands, tuck the left toes, and step back into a plank. Drop the knees, shift forward, drop the chest and the chin, and then lower all the way down onto the belly. From there, inhale, find your cobra, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart, and then exhale, lower back down. Tuck the toes, option to go through the knees, and then press back, downward facing dog. If you want to go straight from a plank, option to do so. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Next, inhale, step your left foot forward. Drop down to the right knee, untuck the toes, and lift. Take a moment here, let the hips lower, squeezing inner thighs together for stability. Breathe in and breathe out. One more inhale. On your exhale, start to plant the hands. Tuck the right toes, this time step forward, top of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Ground into your feet, lift up. Exhale, right back down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, step your right foot back. Once again, low lunge, untuck the toes. We'll hold this one for a few more breaths. Dropping the hips, lifting the fingers to the sky. Letting the legs start to open, especially the right hip flexor and quad, the left glute, hamstring. Breathing in and breathing out. One more inhale. On the exhale, start to plant the hands, tuck the right toes, step back to a plank. Lower the knees, the chest and the chin. Ripple onto the belly. Inhale, cobra. And exhale to lower. Tuck the toes. Either press up onto the knees or all the way up high plank to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward. Low lunge, left knee lands, untuck the toes. Inhale, reaching fingers up to the sky. Exhale to stay. Last breath in. Breath out, plant the hands, tuck the left toes, step forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise all the way up, mountain pose. Exhale, right back down, hands to the heart, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step left foot back, low lunge. Inhale, sweep the fingers high, squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale to stay. One more deep breath in. On the breath out, plant the hands, tuck the left toes, plank pose. Lower knees, chest and chin. Ripple forward onto the belly, and then inhale, cobra, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale to lower, tuck the toes, inhale. High plank, exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Next inhale, step your left foot forward, low lunge, right knee lands. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale to stay. Breathe in. Breathe out, tuck the right toes, plant the hands, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain pose. Exhale, right back down. Last sun C, inhale, halfway. Exhale, step right foot back this time. Sweep the fingers up to the sky, inhale. Exhale to stay. Take a deep breath in. On the breath out, plant the hands. Tuck the toes, step back, high plank. Knees, chest, chin. Ripple onto the belly. Inhale, cobra. And exhale to lower. Tuck the toes, inhale to your down dog, however you get there, plank or knees. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, look forward, step right foot. Lower the left knee. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale to stay. Deep breath in. Breath out, plant the hands, tuck the toes, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, right back down, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your down dog this time. Send the hips to the sky. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Next, inhale, lift the heels. On your exhale, start to dip the hips to the left, heels to the left, stretching through the right side of the body. Inhale to move through center, and exhale to the other side. Inhale to move through center. On your exhale, start to drop to the knees to sweep the feet forward. Let's lower onto the back. Knees stay bent, reach the fingers forward, sit up really tall. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, super slow and controlled. You can use your hands on the mat if you need to. Come down onto the back body. Let the head release, walk the feet in as needed. Take your right leg up to the sky, flex the toes, breathe in, breathe out, figure four. You can press right knee forward with the right hand, keeping the left foot grounded. If you want a little bit more sensation in the right hip, pull the knees towards the chest, thread your right arm in between the legs, and clasp left fingers at the left shin. Continue to press the right knee forward. Feel that opening in the right glute. Should feel pretty good. Let the head relax, the shoulders relax, the face relax. And then start to release the arms out to the side in line with the shoulders, and just drop everything over to the left. So right foot will land, left leg will land. You're in a twist with the right leg still crossed over the left. So you'll feel this in your right hip still. If you want just a twist, you can uncross the legs and just stack right on top of left. I personally love this twist variation. Continue to press the right knee away from the body to feel the sensation in your right hip. You can gaze towards the right hand as long as that feels okay on your neck. Make sure the right shoulder is pressing into the mat, is grounded. And then as you're ready, we'll come back through center, taking the knees back in and then uncrossing your right leg. Switching sides, left leg straight up to the sky, flex the toes, and then cross left leg over. You can stay here, pressing left knee forward. You can pull the knees into the chest and releasing the fingers. Let the shoulders get heavy. Notice if you're clenching your jaw, can you let it go? Long, slow, deep breaths. Notice if the mind has wandered. If so, can you bring it back? And start to release the fingers. Take the arms out wide in line with the shoulders. Drop everything over to the right. Left foot lands, right leg. You can gaze over to the left. Continuing the opening in the left hip, adding a twist. And then as you're ready, pull the knees back through center. Uncross the legs and draw the knees into the chest for Apanasana. When relieving pose, you can rock side to side, front to back, massaging through the sacrum, tailbone. And then as you're ready, part the knees to reach for the edges of the feet. Find your happy baby. You can tuck the chin in towards the chest slightly to keep the cervical spine or the neck long. And let the tailbone get heavy here. Happy baby is a beautiful place to open the hips, but it is also a beautiful place to stabilize the spine. And gently draw the knees in towards the chest and release the legs long for your Shavasana. You can let the toes turn out wide, arms reach down by the sides. If you like any other variation of Shavasana, go ahead and take it. Feel the body start to get heavy. The breath start to move into its natural rhythm. Notice the thoughts, the mind. Are they wandering off of the mat? And if so, I invite you to pull them back with a breath. So following the inhalation and the exhalation as a way to bring yourself back into the present moment, to reconnect. Take a slow, deep breath in and a slow, deep breath out. You can start to wiggle fingers and toes, knowing that there's no rush to move out of this space. Maybe a full body stretch, arms lift overhead. It feels good in your body. Eventually, step the feet in to roll over onto one side, letting the head rest on your bicep for a moment, keeping the eyes closed. And then start to press yourself up all the way to a seat. Closing the eyes back down once you arrive. Collect your hands at your heart center. Final moment to be here on your mat in this space. And as always, I invite you to call in a feeling of gratitude for showing up to do something for you today. Let's take a final deep breath together. Breathe in, hold for a moment at the top. And exhale, sigh, let it go. Blinking the eyes open as you are ready. Great work. I hope you enjoyed this class and feel a little bit more relaxed now. Please let me know in the comments if you did, any classes you would like to see on my channel. And if you don't already know, I have an app called The Glow Method with lots and lots of other classes. So if you would like more classes with me weekly, go ahead and check that out. There's a 7-day free trial for all new members, and I would love to have you. All right, I will see you in my next video. Bye.